Welcome once again to the DRH show. Today I'm joined by the founder of Believe, a new plant-based protein shake, Aria Beheshtaein. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Dennis. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the questions, and hopefully I can provide answers, and
Y-
which are gonna be good for people as well.
Yes. So, Aria, thanks for accepting my invitation. Of course, we're going to be talking about your company, Believe. But before that, if you could just give us a sort of a background, your trajectory in life, and how you ended up doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so it was 2017, January 2017. Basically I'm from Iran originally, so I came to the UK to start my education in here. And first, I went to boarding school to learn English because at that time I didn't know any English language. So I spent 6 months in the boarding school to learn English, and know the culture a little bit better. And then from since then came to Manchester. The boarding school was close to London, which was called in a place called Warminster. And then came here to Manchester to start. The higher education. First went to college, which because I needed basically an equivalent to A-level studies, and I did a foundation year in Manchester for business and economics. And then in that year, I had to do a couple of exams and also IELTS to even get to the college. So I passed that, and then for university, I applied University of Manchester, did a bunch of exam and also another IELTS exam, which I needed to get 6.5, I think. And in the exams, I need the Manchester University. They offer me a place on the basis that I would get on average 75% in my exams in my foundation year. So did those and achieved those requirements, and basically went to University of Manchester after that year, and had basically did international business finance and economics in University of Manchester, and graduated last year, so 2021, June 2021. And since graduation, from the second year of the university, I found a way that basically it will allow me to start my own business in the UK, which was called a startup visa, which basically you come out of university, you apply for the visa, and then you need to go through endorsement bodies to then they will give you a letter which they endorse you to then go to the university. So I did that. Sorry, not go to the university, to start a business and be on a startup visa. So I did that. Was successful in doing so. It was basically it was the same period that I had my final year exams, which was quite stressful, but I tried really hard and was successful in getting that endorsement letter from the government body. And since then, from the endorsement body, sorry, and then since then, from then I just basically were allowed to start a business. So the first thing I did was register the company. I always knew that I wanted to be in the CPG industry. I knew what product I wanted to create, and up to that point, I already had tried, mixing ingredients together and just like going to the science of it, and what can I do to create this product, and researching, but I never could actually do any sort of business because of my student visa. So that visa allowed me, the startup visa allowed me to basically launch the business. And since then, it was just has been getting the business running and setting up accounts, and getting to the manufacturers, and launching the product, which is currently available on our website. The first product that we have created, which is the plant-based protein shake. But it's been so many ups and downs, but finally it's launched and it's available for people to use, a product that um, I always wanted to create, and finally it's very surreal to see it's available on the market.
Yes, and of course we're talking about Believe drinks, which, as you've described, is a shake drink. But Are you a fanatic of wellness? Are you into wellness and health? Is that the reason why you launched Believe Drinks?
Yeah, so the main reason, growing up, I never thought that, like, I always was fascinated with the CPG industry. Going back, like, from as far as I can remember,
Mhm.
always was.
Sorry to interrupt, Aria, but just for the benefit of those who are not aware, what is CPG?
Yeah, so consumer packaged goods, basically every product that we can buy on, and consume is called consumer packaged goods. Every food product and everything that people can consume is under the category of consumer packaged goods, especially the goods that are available in retail and grocery stores. So from since I remember I would go to the stores even in my country, but in here, and I always was fascinated looking at the products, new products coming to the market, and what differentiates them from the other products. So I always had the fascination with this. But when I came to the UK, I which was 2017, I was overweight. So I was basically 120 kilos, around that limit. So I always would fluctuate from, as far as I remember, between 115, 110 to 120 kilos. And I came to the UK, and it kind of changed everything for me. So I got into the habit of going to the gym, playing more sports, and just being more active, and trying my best to basically whatever I could do to reach a better health, and try to improve my health from different aspects. And I became fascinated with the idea of supplements. I learned, like, if I go to the gym, I would take a protein shake afterwards, or during the day, to help me reach a better protein amount during the day, to help build muscle, but also with everything else. But it wasn't just about protein, it was all about different ingredients. What can I do, like, what type of supplement? In the UK, we don't have a lot of sun, so should I take a vitamin D3? Yeah, the answer was, like, if you check the levels, there are a lot of people out there that require vitamin D3. So I became just fascinated with trying different things, different supplements, and what can I do basically to improve my health. And it got to the point that I was mixing things together. I would, like, make my own multivitamin. I would make my own shake, like, mixing two protein shakes together, like, add some few ingredients together to make a better shake, basically, to what was existing on the market. And when I went to the university, from 120 kilos, I was about now about 75. I'm now about 75, and it's been like that for the past 3 years. Um, so I managed to keep the weight off, and like, became more fascinated with different sports. Went to uh, now I'm doing tennis, golf, and the gym sessions, and also like the group gym sessions, but also other sports with friends, basketball, football. I saw the results of like being like, basically not overweight, being able to do those kind of a sports, and like, move faster, and just became so fascinated with it, and that helped me a lot. So when we're trying to like, basically launch this product, always in my mind that trying to create products that would help people in different shape or form, whether it's through like reaching a better protein, high in fiber, because fiber has shown to be so beneficial in reducing cancer, bowel cancer risk. So it was always about like, trying to make a better product than what exists already on the market. And it's come from that inspiration of like, it kind of mixing ingredients together, and getting to the point that I thought I could do something special, basically, for the market.
Mhm. Mhm. But because this is a shake, it doesn't just have to be nutritious, but it also has to taste good. And I was looking at your website, Aria, and I noticed that you have three flavors. So what was the inspiration behind these three flavors?
Yeah, so I think when we were trying to launch the product, when if you look at the market, it usually there's no, like there. It's not because all other companies are, I don't know the reasoning behind not creating these flavors, but for us, we wanted to create something that is unique, when we go into market, because uh, in the industry that we are, it's very competitive, and we couldn't just create a vanilla and chocolate flavor, although they're the most popular flavors. We wanted to be unique. We wanted to have a unique selling point other than our formulas that we worked so hard on it, and we'll hopefully go into more details about the reasoning behind ingredients that are in the formula. But we wanted to have a good flavor, because customers, when they want to drink something, they're looking forward to drink. They want to look forward to drink it, especially if it's all natural and it has all the vegan ingredients. Usually the industry has been lacking in the flavoring department, so we wanted to come up with the flavors that would, means more to people, like blueberry muffin, or chocolate fudge brownie, or cookies and cream, the flavors that would excite people, and it would intrigue them to try it, and we want it to be unique. At the end of the day, it's all about, having unique selling points that will gravitate people towards the brand, and we tried our best to make that for people.
Yes, but you mentioned that you want to talk about the science behind your
Yeah.
ingredients. So yeah, talk us through about the science behind these ingredients. And I understand that predominantly these shakes are of course plant based.
Yeah, so everything in the products are plant based. Even the vitamins and minerals that we use, they're all plant based, because you can get vitamins that are not plant based, and coming from animals. But the reason behind the formula, we wanted to create a protein shake, and it is predominantly a protein shake, but it's more than just protein shake. It's very functional. It has so many ingredients that work synergistically with each other to help make the day of the person that use it, just a bit better. And we try to put as much as possible into the product. So when you look at the product, it seems the most important part of the product is 20 grams of protein. To start with the protein itself, I'm not gonna go into too much details, because I think it would, it can become very sciencey, and maybe people wouldn't enjoy it. But we wanted to have a different sources of protein in the product. For such a long time, the plant based protein industry has been criticized for not be as efficacious as the dairy industry, and that's predominantly due to the fact that when they have checked in the lab, when they broke down the amino acid profile of the vegan proteins, they have been shown to basically have less of the essential amino acids that are necessary for our bodies to build muscle. So in studies that they have done in the past couple of years, when they try to put three or four, mainly three in the studies, but we have four different ones, but three are the most, like dominant one. But when they put three different vegan protein sources together, it has been shown that these amino acid profiles that are different from each protein, they complement each other, and at the end it becomes more efficacious, because it's a more all-round amino acid profile than if, compared to if they were only one source. So from the get-go, we wanted to be different, and it's the only product that has four different sources of plant-based proteins in it. And if you look at the back of the product, which is available on the website, you can see the breakdown of each ingredient. So we went fully transparent, so people can see actually how much of each protein source is in the product. So there's no proprietary blend. People can see everything, and the formula is out there for everyone to see it in the most detailed manner. And that's another thing that we are unique, in the market with. The rest of the ingredients, if you look down, then you get to the fiber, B vitamins, calcium, D3, which are the other ingredients. So we wanted the product to be high in fiber, and the reasoning behind that was that in nowadays no one eats enough vegetable, because if you people are busy, we come to the office, we work, and until late, and then we go home and we have a proper meal. And a lot of the sandwiches that we eat on the go, a lot of the food that we eat on the go, it doesn't include any salads or any foods that are rich in fiber. And we wanted to create a product that for the busy lifestyle, it would complement the lifestyle of the people, because everyone is busy right now. Everyone trying to work as hard as they can. So we're giving them a high fiber product. Then with the protein, it means that it's a more complete product, because it will not only provide the 20 grams of protein, but also it's high in fiber, and it's about like 1/3 of the recommended fiber intake for the average person, which is 30 grams, and the products have around 10 grams of fiber in them, which again shown to be very beneficial for reducing bowel cancer and stomach, and improving stomach health. So, and that was that was the reason behind fiber. But if we go even more into the formula, there's B vitamins, there's calcium, and D3. So B vitamins, the the vegan lifestyle or the plant-based lifestyle, they lack B vitamins because they don't eat meat, and one of the sources of B vitamins is meat. So we wanted to put B6, B12, B5 in the product, and a complete B vitamin, the ones that are the most necessary. So in order to help people with that section, as with that segment as well.
And I noticed, Aria, that you also have MCT in your drinks. So what exactly is MCT? What is it for?
So MCT is just an oil. It's been shown to in studies. It's been shown to be beneficial for a couple of things. Some people use it for fat loss. Some people use it just as a good oil, which is good for our heart health. But we there's no claim about it. It's just a good oil that we wanted to put in the product, instead of maybe having and a lot of it comes down to the creaminess of the product, because we wanted to make the product as creamy as possible. MCT oil is amazing for doing that, but also it's been shown to be beneficial in things like weight loss, and decrease muscle soreness, and increase in energy, so and metabolic health as well. But nothing that we are claiming for.
Now, as you've mentioned, Aria, that drinking shake is good for
Yeah.
physical health, and it's also good for promoting metabolism, and you've also alluded to a number of physical benefits.
Yeah.
But are you aware of any side effects of drinking shakes?
No, as far as, because it's just especially this one, or any other shakes, they're just protein. So you can eat other sources for getting your protein. So there is no difference between drinking a shake or eating 20 grams of protein from other sources, whether it's from in a vegan diet, from broccoli or peas, and in a non-vegan diet, in a like animal-based diet, from meat and beef and those type of things. So there's no difference in between them. We are not the product is all natural. There is nothing that will harm people in the product. There's no artificial colors or ingredients or anything of that manner, in the product that we have created. So I don't see any side effect of drinking it. But obviously, before using of the product, people need to, if they're worried about anything, they need to discuss with their GP.
Yeah, absolutely. But like what you've said, pretty much you're transparent about the ingredients. So for anyone who's listening, like what Arya has emphasized, just speak to a professional.
Yeah.
But let's talk about mental health.
Just I wanted to add in this section that these ingredients have been shown to be beneficial in the things that we mentioned, but there is nothing that we can claim. There is no disease, or there is no a specific condition that the product or the ingredients would claim basically cure, and that's a very serious subject that no one in the CPG industry basically need to do. So it's if there is any specific conditions or anything, people need to consider it and talk about it with their GP. There is nothing that these products can do, and there's nothing that we are claiming in that manner.
Absolutely. Thank you for just for making that clear. Now, I was just about to ask you, what about mental health? How does these nutrients within the shakes that you have, how do they support mental health, or do they even support mental health in any
I
way?
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't suggest supporting or basically or doing anything with mental health. But for example, vitamin B12 has been shown to contribute to normal energy yielding metabolism. So, or B12 again shown to be in reduction of tiredness and fatigue. Again, B12 has been shown to contribute to normal psychological function. So these are the type of thing that potentially, for example, if someone lacks in B12, then they might get help from decrease in tiredness. But no, there's nothing to do with mental health in the product.
I suppose just having proper diet and taking these supplements in a way they're good for your wellness, and of course
Yes.
research has shown that wellness go hand in hand with mental health and with your overall well-being. But let's move on to a slightly different topic. You've talked about what made you decide to launch this product, and also what are the ingredients behind this shake. But what about sustainability? Because I was navigating your website. You're also focusing on sustainability. So
Yeah.
please tell us how your brand achieves this.
Yeah, so for us, it was when I started the brand. We live in a day and age that everyone knows that how important it is to take care of the planet. So it's not just about creating product; it's how we are creating the product. How are we trying to make the planet a better place than how we enter to it? And from the get go, when we started this brand, it was all about basically making the industry a better place, and improve the industry, and making a better place than what we end than how it was when we entered to it. And we are trying our hardest. When on our first product launch, we couldn't do any sustainable packaging format, which on the second run we are trying our best to do that. And the main reason for that was basically the minimum order quantities that were so big that it was literally impossible for us to do the sustainable packaging formats. And from the other, so we looked at in other ways that we can help the planet. First of all, the product is plant-based, so it's it coming from plants. So from that environmental aspect, it's the way it is. But with every cell that is being made on our website, through our website, we are planting one tree. So every customers that make cells, we're planting a tree on behalf of them, and hopefully we can hopefully we can plant as many trees as possible going forward. So that's our initiative for to basically do something for the planet. But from our second launch, if allows, we are going to sustainable packaging. If everything falls in the right place, we're going to sustainable packaging. So we're going to use degradable packaging formats that are not like plastic, that they need a huge amount of recycling. But even in our product now, we use PET, so it's the most recyclable form of plastic that we could use. And if people put the packaging in the right place, which is the recyclable bin, and if they do the right thing, it's gonna get to recycling facilities. But how many percentage of those recycling, then it's a question. So we're trying our hardest to going forward, even to improve from what we are currently. And I think everyone should do, and we are doing our best in that.
Absolutely. I think this is one of the good things about startup companies being launched by people of your generation, that you're more mindful about sustainability and the impact of your, the impact of your products. Which leads me to the next question, because this is not just a product, because you mentioned on your website that essentially Believe is also a community. So how do you achieve this aspect of your business?
Yes, so from the get-go, when I wanted to start any brand or anything, and believe, from coming from the name, it's something that we chose that name. Well, I chose the name just because of the fact that everyone has a connection with the word believe. Like believing that you can push a bit harder. You can achieve something, or like doing anything in the life. Because I think for me, since I came to the UK, it's been the most important ingredient, in achieving different things. Coming to here with no English, and then like 5.5 years later, 5 years later, being able to launch something amazing. So I think everyone can do anything they want if they put enough time and energy into it, and be patient, and just take the right steps at the time. And for that reason, we wanted to create a community of people that feel the same. We wanted to bring people that feel like us. We are only a small company, but we wanted to create a community of people who thinks the same, who think that it's possible, it's doable, and like break the boundaries in whatever they do. And that's what we tried with the product, what we are trying every day with the product. And we'll try with as many as products as possible going forward. And we wanted to create that community of people who feel the same. Not maybe they're not in the industry that we are, but in different industries and in different set of lives, and and try their best.
So, what would be your practical advice for those young people who want to follow your path of setting up their own company? I would imagine that you were thinking about doing this while you're at university, so you might be inspiring some people. So, what's your top tip?
Yeah, I think for me it was always I always wanted to do something like that, but it was never like when it happened, it was so surreal for me, because I always thought about doing something similar to what I'm doing now, but I never thought that it was possible, or it will happen this soon. I always thought that I'm gonna go and do different things, and then hopefully like it will happen in the future. And I think the most important part was just like trying my best. I think a lot of people would feel the same. There are if you try to consider competition with other people, then there is always someone better than you. There is always someone that is doing more than you, or there is always someone that has achieved more than you. I think the most important part for me was just focusing on my own path. And like I haven't achieved anything. Like I think there is so much more that everyone, and including me, can achieve. And this is just a beginning for me. Like always said. But I think the most important part was that I concentrate on myself, and try to be a better version of myself every day. And I know it might sound a bit cliche when you talking about it, but it's legit like that. If we wake up and be just 1% than what we were last yesterday or the day before that, then that's only the only thing we need. Because it's the moving forward part that is the most important, in any journey. But also, I think, going back to the creating of the community, I forgot that we are trying our best to help people as much as we can. And that's why we are trying to do like so many different events that we can get people together. Because you mentioned about how we are going to make the community. I think there are a lot of events that are going to happen in the next couple of months, that we are going to get people together, people who consume our products, and want to be part of the company. Such as like we want to go do group gym sessions, that everyone trains together, and group running things, and group everything that we can bring people together. We are trying our hardest to organize as much as possible to bring that community together, hopefully.
Brilliant. You're quite modest, Aria. Of course, it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of courage to set up a company. Not everyone can can manage a company. So kudos to what you're doing. So, Arya, we're already approaching towards the end of this interview, and what we do is we try to get to know the person, more about the person. So, I have some quick fire questions to you. So, my first one is, what were you afraid of as a child?
I think snakes, like big snakes, were always something that I was afraid of. But funnily enough, when I grow up, I actually end up liking snakes, and I don't know, it's not a fear anymore. But snakes was one of them, and also yeah, I think mainly snakes was something that I was afraid of.
Mhm. Okay, and so you mentioned earlier that you're actually from Iran. So, what is your favorite word in Farsi?
I think the word grateful. So we have what is called sapaskazar, which is kind of is the same meaning as grateful, and I think it's so important to be grateful at anything that we do in our life, and like um, literally anything that we do. It's always good to remember that we need to be grateful for whatever we have, and don't have, and I think that's one thing that is so important in anyone's life.
Absolutely. And if you weren't the founder of Believe, what would you have pursued in life?
uh I think if I wasn't the I would probably because I never saw myself working in another company, then and that's very odd, but I think I might have done maybe I would have gone to maybe fashion industry, because it's something I'm passionate about. Like just like the supplement industry, I really enjoy the fashion industry. So I would probably do something creatively in the fashion industry, whether it was through a company or just be a creator as of so.
Absolutely. And Arya, the floor is all yours. You mentioned that you have upcoming events. So, just for the benefit of everyone watching this, remind us again of your events. And if people wanted to reach out to you, what platforms can they get in touch with you at?
Yes, so I'm on all platforms. So on LinkedIn, on Instagram, mainly are the two platforms that I'm on. And the easiest way is literally my name, so without any dash or anything in between. So Aria Beheshtaein. If they type this, it will bring me up. So that's the easiest way to reach out to me. But also in terms of the events, we are trying to get ready for a launch party for mainly our direct consumer website. And the best way to do that is to basically register email through the website. So currently on our website, if people go there, which is believe.com without anything, again, so BLIEV. .com. If you type it, it will bring it up, and then there's basically something pops off, and you can enter your email. You get the 10% off for the first purchase, and also you get to enter to our email list, and then we are going to use that email list to reach out to people who are who register their email on the website, and set up our launch event, hopefully in Manchester or London.
Sounds exciting. Of course, all of those links will be on the show notes. Well, Aria Beheshtaein, let me repeat that. Well, of course, all of those will be on the show notes. Aria Beheshtaein, founder of Believe. Great to have you here on the DRX show. And I look forward to hearing more about your work.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to talk to you, Dennis, and hopefully we can have more of these going forward. But happy to have, if anyone wants to reach out or any questions or anything from the show or any specific things that we talked about, then I'm happy to do that, and hope anyone that listens to the show, it helps them in any shape or form, or and hopefully they get something from it. And thank you for your time as well, and the invite again.
Thank you, Aria.
Thank you.